Good evening, everybody. Big Jankowski here, Secure This LLC. I know it's been about a week since I talked to you last. Hopefully you all enjoyed the COVID one-nighter blues from last week. And this week, not really in the blues, but, just reminiscing about how way things used to be and things I kind of miss about the society we had just 2 months ago. And hopefully things are, not different forever, just a little off track for now. But, man, just was reminiscing the other day about things I miss. Like a normal trip to the grocery store. Now, let me get through all this. All right, you got, first of all, wearing my mask going to the grocery store. Because there ain't nothing like mask shaming. So I got this nice black one, fits right over, really nice. But it's uncomfortable. It gets hot and sweaty. You want to touch it, you just can't. You don't want to, you don't want anybody shaming you. You don't want anybody giving you dirty looks. But, the mask isn't the worst thing. I used to be one of those guys that likes to grocery shop in odd hours. I'll go during Sunday morning, maybe when a lot of people at church, or late at night, nobody's around, or, just kind of keep myself. I like to do certain things at the grocery store. Like when I go to the produce section. I like to pick up the vegetables, test them. I like to pick up a melon and feel it and smell it. You can't do that anymore, especially with so many people watching. I used to like to I like to get 2 melons together. And I just pull them up and I'm feeling them and weighting them. Man, I did this yesterday at a grocery store with 2 melons. And this woman with her kid, she just gave me the ugliest look. I couldn't understand what she was talking about. Whatever. But I just don't like being around people that much. Case in point, I go to the checkout line. I got my stuff. I'm waiting in line, and I get up to the point where I'm putting my stuff on the conveyor belt, and I'm putting my stuff on there. And, I kind of daydream. I'm looking at the magazines on the rack, and there's an article or a cover about President Trump, and I got my mask on, and I just kind of said out loud, looked at the guy behind me, guy about my age, and I said, man, I really miss Obama. And he just starts going off on me like, I'm like, what in the name? I mean, do you not like Obama, or you really like Trump? And actually, it turns out that wasn't it at all. Under my mask, I say, I really miss Obama. And this guy thought, man, I really want to mess with your mama. Mind blown, man. I almost got in a throwdown at the checkout at Kroger over a mask misinterpretation of what I had said. So anyway, the grocery store is just a little too anxiety riddled for me right now. All right? And that's not even mentioning what I got to do when I get home. Like I'd buy a 12-pack of beer. And I'm a little bit sketchy on the germs and making sure stuff off. And I get my 12-pack of beer, I put it outside, I open it up, I take the 6 bottles out of the middle, because I figure nothing's touched them. But then the ones on the outside, I've been spraying them down with alcohol. That's ironic that I'm spraying the alcohol down with alcohol. But you never know, man. All right, you never know. But again, too much anxiety with these grocery store trips, man. I miss the old days of just going and walking through and just getting whatever you want. Forgetting something on the other side. I forget something on the other side of the grocery store anymore, and I'm like, man, I'm absolutely leaving those vegetables behind. I can't go back. It's too much. I gotta get out of here. Now, secondly, man, I just miss sports, man. All right? I miss sports. The camaraderie, the intensity, the competition. I'm not talking about playing sports and watching. I'm talking about betting on them. Man, I ain't got nothing to bet on. I ain't got nothing to get my gambling fix. All right? Gambling with my mother-in-law, playing spades is not near as much as betting on a collegiate basketball game and watching it come down to the wire. Nothing. I mean, I'm betting on all sorts of crazy stuff. Me and my neighbor have an over and under on his children's grades for online learning. And that really stresses him out. I'm not sure that kid's going to be in a world of pressure, man. Got pressure from himself, pressure from his teacher, and now his dad wants him to get a certain grade so, I don't beat him on that money. And this is the other neighbor, so we've also got a bet with my neighbor Herman, because, side story, Herman gets mad at himself all the time. And he doesn't like to take Jesus' name in vain. So when he hits his hand with a hammer or something piss him off, he doesn't say, Jesus Christ. He says Judas Priest. Now, I happen to love Judas Priest. I don't think Herman even knows who Judas Priest is or what they sing. But anyway, I've told him before, I'm like, man, that's like, saying mother trucker or oh shucks. I mean, the intention's still there, man. Just say it, let it out. But it just embedded with him. He doesn't even still go to church. He just, his dad instilled that in him, not taking the Lord's name in vain. So he says Judas Priest. So anyway, we have an over-under on how many times Herman's going to scream Judas Priest during the day. Now, the real funny thing is that we don't have a stipulation where you can't piss him off or scare him to get him to say it. Now, my favorite is to run up behind, sneak up behind him when he's in his yard, and I'll just yell. I'll go up to him and I'll get behind him and go, breaking the law, or you got another incoming. And I'll just scream it as loud and make him Judas Priest. Now, he doesn't even understand in context. I hope everybody at home understands that those are the names of songs that Judas Priest sings. So when he screams that, it's just kind of, ironic to me. But anyway, so I miss gambling. Lastly, I miss some of these essential businesses. Essential things to our society that are they make up America. We are a democracy. The land of the free, the home of the brave. And I tell you, not a month ago we had, several things closed down, and, one of them's impacted everything a lot recently. And it's one of the foundational things of our country. One of the most basic freedoms as a citizen. That's right. I just cannot wait for them to open back up these polls. And I'm not talking about the ones you vote at. I'm talking about the ones you dance on. That's right. We gotta open back up these bars and strip clubs. Come on, man. Social distance. I can fold up a dollar bill as a paper plane and keep my distance. You gotta open up. That's the basic freedom. Get out and enjoy yourself. And don't think that, I'm an equal opportunity person. I know you thought I meant the voting polls, and don't you worry. I am two things. One, I'm an equal opportunity believer that it can be a man or a woman dance on that pole. And I certainly have long time been an advocate for women's voting rights. But anyway, it's just a bunch of reminiscing, firing at all cylinders about things, how society used to be, and how we're just kind of stepping away from it. But hopefully everything will be back in full swing soon enough. But it is time for me to bid you adieu, and as usual, stay secure and be well.